Let's see how on your toes you are, Boomer.
Sooner.
All right, let's go, man. He's hating it.
Do
He's
I need
hating
to leave
it,
the
man.
room, guys? Come on now.
Welcome back into another episode of Where the Game Lives On, the official podcast of the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. I'm your host, Noah Tucker, joined as always with Byron Shive. Dude, we are in the thick of it, aren't we?
It's happening.
Yeah, Price Cutter Charity Championship back again. Original stop on the Korn Ferry Tour. Thursday, July 18th through the 21st. And we also happen to have a special guest on today. Let me give you a formal...
Got his name on the trophy?
Yeah, let me give you a formal introduction. Professional golfer, 2020 Price Cutter Charity Championship winner, Max McGreevy. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely. We're so glad you could join us. Give you a quick, brief rundown. Native of Edmond, Oklahoma golf alum. Turned pro 2017, is that right? Awesome. So on the KFT this year, 6 top 10s already. Got a victory under your belt. Tour bound, going back to the big leagues,
Congrats.
man. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll just jump right into it. What do you say? We'll start there. Tour bound, right?
Yeah.
So how's it feel? What's that like, knowing that that's secured and you're going back up next year?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, it was nice to have a week off to actually let it sink in a little bit. Sometimes after you win, it takes a little bit of time, but having that week off was nice. But yeah, I mean, I think it's been a year of learning, and fortunately that learning kind of came quicker rather than later this year, which was nice. So just worked on some things in the off season. They seemed to click early on, and yeah, excited to get back up there and compete with a bunch of friends and great competition. And yeah, we still have a lot of the season left here, which still has my mind kind of set for these next 8, 9, 10 events type of thing. But excited for that opportunity next year, and hopefully get my game rounding up in shape once January starts up.
Awesome. You mentioned that you the 2020 champion here, and of course everyone knows that was the COVID year and no fans. And what's it like winning a tournament when literally no one's there to see it almost?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've got houses on the course, so a couple people in their backyards here or there. There was no scoreboards anywhere, so we were able to use our phones, but I think I had told my caddy I didn't want to look at anything until like the 15th tee or something. So luckily when we looked after I birdied 15 that year, I had a 2-shot lead at the time or something like that, 1 or 2-shot lead. So it was nice to see that, but it's still so strange. You feel like you're just kind of playing with a couple of your buddies and whatnot. So happy to get it done, but yeah, it was definitely a weird year, a weird event in sorts. But yeah, I'm happy to get my first one here, and Springfield's always going to be an awesome place for me.
Yeah, I love that. Got that win back here in June too. That's another win that you secured.
Which was also in Springfield, Illinois. Is that right? So
Yeah.
you're like the king of Springfield.
Yeah,
Springfield. Yeah, no, I like that. What does it take? What does it take over 4 rounds to be able to win a professional golf event?
Yeah, it's tough. Before I had won here in 2020, I'd never won a 4-round event before. So, that's just 4 rounds is that's a lot. Even if you play a couple good rounds to start. I mean, I think I was leading after the first round, shooting 8 under here, but you kind of just got to keep the pedal down the entire time. I mean, obviously these guys are so good out here, and even when we get some challenging courses with some fast greens or something, people are still going to make a bunch of birdies. So. You can try to play your game and try to be one ahead of everybody, but I think you just got to keep the pedal down, give yourself as many chances as possible. And yeah, hopefully after 4 rounds, starting that 4th round, you got a chance, and then, give it all you got and see what happens at the end. But yeah, it's tough nowadays to win. These guys will come out of the woodwork, shoot 10, 11 under par, whatever it takes to get up there. And, it's fun to see what the game has turned into for sure, but yeah, it definitely makes it tougher to win.
Traditionally here at Highland Springs and even in some other locations, you got to go 25, 26, 27 under to win it.
Yeah.
You mentioned keeping the pedal down. What's the difference between keeping the pedal down and being smart, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Over aggressive versus just being aggressive.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that Highland Springs out here is an easy course per se. I mean, you actually can get a lot of putts that are kind of big breaking putts and stuff like that, whether they're 10 or 15 feet. Those are hard to make, to get to 25, 26 under par. So I think over the course of 72 holes, you're just trying to give yourself as many chances as possible. Yeah, like the greens are usually a little bit softer in the summertime, and we get the zoysia fairways, which makes it easier for us to spin it or something like that. But if you can hit 85% of your greens over those 4 rounds, you're just giving yourself a ton of opportunities to hopefully get to that 20 mark and up above. But yeah, I mean, I think you put a number in mind, but at the same time, you never want to limit yourself. So I've always said that you can try to have that one shot lead, but in your mind, you're just trying to get to that number that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
So whether that ends up leading the tournament or not, you're trying to hit your number and just give yourself as many opportunities as possible.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like that perspective. Obviously, there's no doubt you can go low. I mean, the Memorial, I think you finished 23 under to win that thing, and you had like a, what was it, third round, I think you shot a 63 there. So I'm curious, in a sanctioned event, you ever broken 60?
Never broken 60. I think I've shot 61 3 times in a tournament.
So what about just on your own in a pro-am, anything like that?
No. I've shot 60 once, and I think I equaled the last hole, so I wasn't really. I wasn't really. I wasn't really that.
Say that.
I wasn't really that close. No, I think the closest. My first professional win was the Oklahoma Open, the summer of 2017 at Oak Tree, which is right across the street from Oak Tree National, where I play, and I was 9 under through 12 or 13, and it is par 70. So I just needed two more in the last 6 holes, but unfortunately, like the last 6 holes are like the hardest holes out there. And I parred in to shoot 61, but that was probably one of the only times I've really thought, this is an opportunity to do it. Yeah.
How impressive is it then whenever you see guys on tour, wherever it may be, they're dropping low numbers?
Oh, 100%. I mean, even watching, Hayden Springer a couple weeks ago here at John Deere, I played there twice, and regardless if they shoot 28 under par to win, 59 is insane.
Yeah.
12 under par on a PGA Tour sanctioned course is going to be good no matter what. So, just crazy that the game has evolved to the amount of, you can make golf harder, but every single one of these guys works harder. They're more disciplined, and we have the technology nowadays to just be so much better, I feel like. And that's where all of these birdies and these low scores, I feel like, are coming from, is everybody's so much more precise than they probably were in the past. And able to, and technology's better on these greens are perfect week in and week out too. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss inside 5 feet when these greens are that good. So
what's the difference? I mean, obviously there's God-given talent, but what's the difference between a professional golfer like you and hacks like us that
I'm a stick, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot about Monday qualifier over here.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of these guys ask me in pro-ams and stuff like that. I mean, it's the little shots given away here and there, and obviously our games are tighter, and I mean, we play golf every single day, which makes a big difference as far as just us feeling more comfortable every single time we're playing and whatnot. But some of these guys will play their home course all the time, then they maybe play the pro-am or they play somewhere else, and it kind of throws them off because it's not their home golf course. It's the little things as far as it sounds silly, but if you're chipping it on the green the first time, that's a big difference. Or if you're hitting a wedge, even when we're hitting wedges, we're missing greens with them. So paying attention to misses as far as where it is on the greens and stuff like that. Just, I mean, for us, those shots add up to potentially 1-2 shots a tournament, which can be, super big. And, for amateurs that are anywhere from a 5 to a 15 handicap, that can add up to 3-4 shots a round. So that's where I feel like AMs in general can get a little bit better. It's just, you want to make the birdie, you want to stuff it in there close, especially when you're not playing as much. But if you want to shoot a low score, you gotta still pay attention and do all the right things to make sure you're not making those silly mistakes.
How much of it's mental?
Mentality is huge. I mean, especially for us, if we feel comfortable on a golf course, we're kind of gung ho. We're ready to go. Yeah. If you're standing up on the tee box and you don't feel comfortable, I can promise you it's really not going to turn out that well for you. So, having that confidence, regardless of if your game's good or not, having that confidence is just going to help out as much as possible.
So we're circling around a topic that I had here with golf being more analytics driven now. I'm curious, your perspective, which of these best describes you? feel guy, mentality guy, mechanics guy, or analytics guy?
I'd probably put it in halfway between the feel and the mentality type of thing. I'm definitely not a mechanics guy. I can't sit on a driving range for more than 20 or 30 minutes.
Don't waste the shots there.
Yeah, exactly. I like to see that I have all the shots. I like to see that I can hit a cut, see that I can hit a draw, high, low type of thing. But once I see that I have that, I learn more on the golf course. So, and that's where the feel part comes in for me, as far as feeling out shots, feeling what feels comfortable to me at times. This week I'm going to, feel if a cut feels better, feel if a draw feels better, feel if, I want to hit, if I feel comfortable hitting 60-yard shots, or if I want to lay further back to, 90, 100-yard shots. So for me, it's week in and week out with that, where I feel it differently. But I do feel like my mentality takes me to a different level, I feel like. And I've played professional golf for 7 years now. I don't have the prettiest swing. I don't have the, what announcers would say the best game, as far as, probably my putting stroke and just the way that I go about things. But I think my mentality takes me over the top as far as that goes. And that's where I've learned to excel a little bit better. So, and that's what I try to teach some of these younger guys out here, whether it's the Oklahoma kids coming out. You got to figure out what works best for you. My mentality is what pushes me to be better. So I'm not going to sit there and beat balls and try to get, exponentially better with my golf swing, because I know my mentality is going to take me to that level that I need to. So making sure I'm in the right headspace is always going to be good. But, and you want your game to be sharp, but your headspace has got to be in the right spot out here to play good golf week in, week out.
Yeah. So you're not sitting there on the range with the swing track analyzing every spin.
I have a TrackMan, but I think carry distances are kind of what I'm always looking at, type of thing, especially when we play, different grass like this week. Zoy's just going to go a little bit farther, and luckily it's not going to be as hot as it usually is here this week, which is going to be which is
I was very happy to see.
So I think we're all very happy. We're used to sweating it out here on this golf course. So it's that part's going to be nice as well.
Awesome. What about the business side? I'm sitting here, you got the Veritex Bank and Easy Post, and how does all of this come about? Do you have agents, I guess, that take care of this, or is there something you're looking for specifically?
Yeah, so I've been with my same agent since I turned pro, so 7 years now, and that's his part of it. I mean, I like to put my input on it as far as either what I like. Veritex, I lived in Dallas for 5 years. Veritex is just a giant community in Dallas, and was able to be hooked up with all of them, and luckily, moving back up to Oklahoma, they still were nice enough to kind of keep me on and whatnot. But great community bank, great people. And then, there's just other things as far as I'd love, an Oklahoma sponsorship or something like that. I'd hopefully that can come about this next year. I don't have anything now, but yeah, we're blessed to have people that want to be on our side, be on our team. I've been with Shrixon now for 7 years now since I turned pro. Amazing company. I mean, has helped me and my family out tremendously throughout the years. So, we're just trying to get hooked up with people that are wanting us to be better, wanting themselves to be better, and hopefully we can help out in any way that can be.
We were talking prior to getting on here about you have a new caddy. So explain how that process works in terms of how important is that relationship, and then how do you go about finding a caddy on?
Yeah, I think caddies are an interesting relationship for sure. You can have a caddy that's potentially your best friend. You can have a caddy that you potentially never eat dinner with. It's each person's own perspective of how they want it and stuff like that. I've gone both ways with it. The caddy I had on the PGA Tour for a year and a half, he was honestly like a big brother to me, and we stayed together a lot, and it was great. But then there came a time where there needed to be a split and figure something else out. My caddy Tyler, now we've been together since March, and it's been great. I wouldn't say that we're talking all the time. He's a little bit more quiet. He kind of lets me ramble on and talk about whatever I need to talk about. But you just have to find that right dynamic, and Tyler and I definitely have that right now. As far as just being transparent with each other, for sure, is the biggest thing. Making sure that you're just on the same page. And that's as far as, how I feel throughout the week. Like I was just talking about, you need to let your caddy know how you feel as far as what shots you want to hit, what feels most comfortable to you. And we've just been on the right wavelength as far as that goes. And yeah, it's been great for the 4 months or so that we've been working together.
Awesome.
That's so cool. That's the kind of insight that I love
Yeah.
getting. That's so sweet, man. Long segue here. All right, Monday night, you were gracious enough to come out to our KFT Future Greats Great Futures Junior Golf Challenge. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
it means
absolutely.
a lot. I was kind of seeing you interact with some of those junior golfers, those kids. You and your wife saw recently announced that you guys are expecting going to be a girl dad,
congratulations.
right?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I
So-
appreciate it.
How's that feel? What's it like? How's it changed your perspective, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, I still wouldn't say it's fully kicked in yet. She doesn't really have a bump or anything yet, so I don't really see anything yet. But at the same time, I know that it's coming and got to get ready for it. I mean, it's definitely been a blessing playing good golf this year, and knowing that's going to help out in the future as well. But yeah, it's something my wife has wanted since she was a kid. I know, and it's something I've always wanted as well. It's tough. We're traveling so much, and I think I'm a little worried about that in the future. I know she'll travel with us quite a bit, but it's a tough dynamic, and you gotta same with golf. You just got to figure out what works best for you. But we've already been doing our planning and hopefully getting ready to go. But yeah, it was an amazing kind of figure out here at the start of the year that we were having one, and then figuring out we were having a little girl was incredible. So yeah. Doing the little things like on Monday night, playing with Luke, who's been to Oklahoma Junior Golf Camp the last 3 years, and we actually, funny enough, his mom came out to watch, and I didn't meet them, but they were on the same flight as me my rookie year. From my wife and I were taking our honeymoon from Maui over to the Sony Open. They were on the same flight with us.
Wow.
And to come full circle.
She told me that Monday.
Yeah.
I was like, unbelievable.
To come full circle, 2-3 years later,
That's
now
awesome.
I'm playing the pro-am with them, little junior pro-am with them. So it was great. And, seeing that dynamic, I think my wife's seeing me out there, playing with Luke, and, hoping that's our future kids or something like that. So it's a fun dynamic to see it kind of come full circle now. And excited.
Due to circumstance, it was kind of a last minute switch that you stepped in. And when I told Luke that he was playing with Max McGreevy, his eyes lit up.
Yeah.
This is big.
Let's
He
go.
definitely was a little nervous at the start, I could tell, but we had a lot of fun.
That's
And
awesome.
we're able to talk quite a bit.
And
Yeah.
we appreciate that.
That's really cool, and congrats again. I mean, that's going to be exciting for you guys. The reassurance I'll give you is the saying I've always heard is that if you want to tap into like a new level of work ethic or your profession, have a kid. That's what I've always heard.
Dad life's the best life.
Yeah,
Trust me, it's
for
awesome.
sure. I mean, I'm excited to I'm gonna have to use my time more wisely and be prepared for that type of stuff. So we all have new challenges throughout our entire life, and it's been 4 or 5 years now of professional golf where I've never really, I wouldn't say I haven't had a new challenge. There's obviously challenges week to week, but this is just a new one to throw on the plate, and excited for any challenge thrown my way. So
That's awesome. Let's talk about just the state of golf in general. You've been around obviously now for a little bit, seen the PGA here on the Korn Ferry Tour. I think in the time that you've been pro, golf has continued to grow in popularity.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? What do you think needs to happen to keep it moving upward?
Yeah, I don't know if golf just pertains to more people as far as from the junior level all the way up to, retirement age type of thing, So it just brings all ages together, and I don't know why that's clicked more since COVID. Obviously, we were able to get out and play golf a little bit more, but it's such a family friendly sport. It's such a sport that you can't master type of thing too. And I'm not saying that you can with other sports as well. It's just you're always looking to get better at something, and I think that's just something great with golf that brings people back every single time. That one shot, that one putt, something, and it's been fun to see. In my state of Oklahoma, it's grown exponentially. I know it has across the country as well, but it's just been funny to see. Maybe when I was in high school or something, I had, friends or people tell me golf's boring or golf's, and now they're out playing it or they're out, enjoying it as well. So it's fun to see where the golf world has taken it, worldwide type of thing. So excited to see it continue to grow. And the professional game has been insane as far as the amount of people that try to play, which is great. It's tricky at times for obviously to get status to, move up the ranks and stuff because, you maybe in the past you didn't have Division II or Division III guys try to play golf afterwards. But got to follow a dream. Give it 2, 3, 4 years, and it's fun to see where some of these guys come from nowadays and what they're able to accomplish.
I was one of those guys too, growing up,
And-
saying golf was boring.
Yeah.
And now we both say the same thing.
I would play golf every single day.
Yeah.
Wish we would have taken it up when we were young.
Yeah.
Note to anybody listening: do not self-teach yourself the game of golf at age 25. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing? Was golf kind of always the ticket?
Yeah. So my dad played golf at the University of Kansas, and then he played, rock chalk, and then played professionally for probably 2 years or so. So, and we weren't always members at a country club, but kind of growing up we were. So my brother's 7 years older than me, always played it. Luckily, my dad taught my brother first, so he got the brunt of it first, and I think learned a little bit better for me. But we just kind of always around golf, always around, again, family friendly sport. The four of us, our whole family was kind of out there always on the weekend playing and enjoying it. So I think it started as a fun thing for me. I mean, I definitely was always pretty good at it, but I played basketball in high school. I played soccer up until high school. So, I enjoyed other sports, and I think that kind of helped as well, to where I wasn't, just playing
Burn
golf.
out on
Yeah,
golf.
exactly.
Yeah.
And, I think the individual part of golf kind of led me into it more than the other sports. It's not that team sports kind of took me away from everything. I just knew everything was on me, and I loved that part of it. And that changed a little bit going to college and playing in high school and college, and that's so much fun. Having the team aspect of it too. But there's still such an individual side of it as well.
At what point did you realize I'm pretty good at this, that I can?
Yeah, I think my freshman, sophomore year of high school, I maybe had a couple college coaches reach out, and I still loved basketball. I was playing it at the time. I just was pretty small, which didn't help at all. But I think I had a little bit more success when I was 13, 14 type of thing, and thought, if I really kind of put it all into this now, then I think it could be something special, and kind of fell in love with it even more when it just ended up being golf. I was putting so much into multiple sports, to where, which I think is great when you're young, but then you kind of fall in love with that one thing and kind of take it and run with it, and that's kind of where it led me to.
Awesome.
So. When I was growing up, I loved the sport of football most, but excelled in baseball. So baseball naturally became the favorite.
Yeah.
Would you say golf was just always the favorite, or was it like you started to finding that success? And then it became.
I always enjoyed going out there. I would say basketball was probably my favorite. Growing up a KU fan, obviously, just the basketball history they had there, going to KU basketball camp and stuff. So basketball was probably my first real love type of thing. And I always enjoyed playing golf because it brought our family together, I think was the main reason I liked it. And I feel like I've been lucky enough to have that family kind of go with me for a long time. We have 7 or 8 Oklahoma graduates that are playing out here, and multiple guys from Edmond, Oklahoma. Whether it's Taylor Moore on the PGA Tour and Austin Eckroat and all these other guys. It's the community that I've had throughout golf that I think has made me love it so much. Obviously, I love the sport and playing it, but the friends and the relationships I've made throughout it, I think, is what's made me fall in love with the game more and more as I get older, for sure too.
I'm curious, and you may not even thought about this yet. You haven't been in town long, but returning somewhere where you've won.
Yeah.
Have you processed that? Have you thought that? Is there any feeling this is coming with that?
Yeah, it's nice driving into town for sure. I definitely get that feeling a little bit.
We don't have the billboard up yet.
Nah, it's all good.
King of Springfield.
Yeah, I think there's just a comfortability of standing on tee boxes, and it's just something that you've had success with. Just makes it easy, and luckily, obviously, you see it over the years of Tiger winning at the same place multiple times over and over again. I just think it's people feeling comfortable, and I've definitely had that feeling, in places that I've played well. I actually think I've made the cut here every single time I've played, which it's tough at times. The cut line can be pretty low here, but there's just a comfortability, I think, when you step on property, as far as I've had success here. Do I need to get off to an amazing start or something like that? No, you just kind of you can just kind of go with the flow and feel comfortable the entire time, and that's kind of how I feel stepping on most of these tee boxes and greens and stuff like that this week.
stepping on the tee boxes. I can tell you're a little detail oriented. Did you see the tee markers?
Yeah,
What'd
I
you
did.
think?
Yeah, they're great. They're awesome.
Who thought such a like just benign object could look so cool on a
Yeah,
tee
yeah.
box?
You know, we get the same. We usually get the same kind of tee markers week in and week out here. So it's kind of nice to see something different. And yeah, that's obviously really cool this week.
I do our digital content stuff, obviously, and we get more love, I think, for the tee markers
For the
than just about
shopping
anything.
carts,
Yeah,
People
you're gonna see some little kids wanting to take those home. This
That's
week or
why they
something
come
like
out
that.
every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do we lock those in?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to figure something out there. I thought we'd play a quick little fun game. All right, kind of like a Family Feud type deal.
Yeah.
7 questions, 7 seconds.
Okay.
Now I'm exaggerating that, but that's to say, don't think first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
You just go ahead, give us the answer. All
For
right?
sure. Sounds good.
We'll get started here. What other sport would you have gone pro in?
Basketball.
Most famous person in your phone?
Baker Mayfield.
Pause. Oh my gosh. I'm drooling over
You've
here.
just his hero over here.
All right, we'll keep going. Breakfast balls off one.
Yeah.
Best athlete of all time.
Tiger Woods.
Are Saturdays for the boys?
Sure. Doesn't have to be.
Favorite hobby outside of golf?
Traveling.
Go-to drink of choice?
Alcoholic?
Sure.
Tequila soda.
All right. You said alcoholic.
Well, wait a minute.
Were you going with milk or something?
No, I drink. It's water. I drink water.
Big water guy.
That's it. Just water.
Yeah. Are you really, really strict on your nutrition, like your intake?
No, I would say it's gotten better over the years as I've gotten older and play all these weeks and stuff like that and making sure that the body's right. But no, I mean, I struggle with if I play a bad round of golf, I'll go hammer a full pizza. You know, it just
Really?
just makes you feel better. You know,
Yeah,
but
it does.
I try my best. But yeah, it's been better for sure.
You're talking to the guy here who is notorious for eating chili dogs for breakfast, and you tell him.
I am a non-discriminatory food guy. That's all I'm saying.
The Burger King in his town, you could call in at breakfast time and order like a Whopper. You try to give him heads up. They blocked his number. They blocked his number because it was like an everyday.
That's funny. That's funny. No,
Yeah.
my wife and I are big foodies, so we'll go even if it's bad. We'll go back and forth as far as whether it's good or bad type of thing. But
Yeah,
we like it all.
So
Who has the best barbecue in Oklahoma?
I don't really know.
Okay.
I'm not a big barbecue guy.
Oh, really?
For some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's couple the travel and the food then together. What's the best dish you had out in there? I don't know where all you've been, but
Yeah.
is there one dish that stands out? Like, hey, they were just out there for the celebrity Edgewood Tahoe.
Yeah.
I've been there. Had lamb, tender, so like just butter, so good.
No, I wouldn't say there's anything that sticks out. There's always kind of the local thing that we always like to try whatever's kind of popular in the local scene type of thing. But no, not nothing really sticks out to me as far as that goes.
How about this? Penny Hill and Norman.
I will say, yeah, Penny Hill's great. Though Penny Hill's a great sandwich shop is awesome, but I would say actually the one that sticks out to me, and they kind of brought it up a couple weeks ago, the Travelers Championship, Sally's a pizza that Scotty will go to 5 times a week type of thing. I mean,
Really?
Well, I mean, lived with Scotty for 2 years, and then 2020, that's all he could talk about was Sally's pizza the entire time.
Really?
So yeah,
Really?
but yeah,
Penny Hill closed.
yeah, I know. I saw
Sad.
that. Yeah,
Sad.
very sad.
Sad day.
Best or favorite golf course you've ever played?
Yeah, I put them into 2 categories. I put them into kind of the ambiance and then the actual golf course. Like I've been lucky enough to play Pebble probably 50 times now, and I do think it's a good golf course, but I think the ambiance is what makes it amazing. I like some hidden gems like Eugene Country Club. We played the national championship there my junior year. Just growing up in Oklahoma, big Douglas firs, lining, just something you never see before. So that's I'd probably go back to some courses that I haven't seen some of that type of stuff before. I actually really like TPC River Highlands where the Travelers was played. It's just one of those courses. It's honestly just like this week at Highland Springs. It's day in and day out. It's a fun golf course to play. Like you're always going to enjoy it. Not to say that you just make a bunch of birdies on it. It's just you step up on every hole and you kind of enjoy what you see type of thing. So yeah, that's more of this stuff. If I'm not a big want to play Oakmont and Pine Valley and stuff like that. I mean, I think it would be cool, but I like the I like the, enjoyment of just kind of being there, the ambiance around you and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for the PR there. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. 100%.
Well, we've come to the end of our time. This guy's got some stuff he's got to do. You don't have much going on, just like a golf tournament.
Yeah,
or something
nah.
like that. Yeah, us too, right? Well, hey, we appreciate you joining us.
Absolutely.
Best of luck this weekend. We're wishing you the best too in the coming year. Obviously, a lot of exciting things for you.
Congratulations on becoming a father soon.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, you got it all going.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it can only go down from here, right?
No,
Just gonna ride the high,
that's
right?
exactly. We're gonna ride that wave. We're gonna ride that wave.
Yeah, absolutely. New episodes every Wednesday, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Share it with your friends. Be sure to give us a review. We love it here. We love having special guests like this. And we appreciate you joining us, Byron.
Just encourage everybody to come out this weekend. We have a lot of new stuff, fan-oriented stuff, and obviously a lot of great golf to watch.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time on another episode of Where the Game Lives On.